Assalamualaikum and good evening to our lecturer Miss Hidayati Adina and our beloved friend. Today my group will present to you about chapter 8, Marketing Ethics, Product Safety, Pricing and Supplier. In this topic, we will explain to you about the definition of marketing and ethics, strict product and liability, ethics and pricing, supply chain responsibilities, conclusion and also reference. Without further ado, let's we proceed to our first subtopic, which is the definition of marketing and ethics. According to American Marketing Association define that marketing is an organizational function and set of processes for creating, communicating and delivering value to customer and for managing customer relationship in ways that benefit the organization and its stakeholders. So let me ask you guys something. What is the first thing that you guys will think when you heard about marketing? I believe that all of you will say that how the company promote the product, how the company expand their product and so on. So basically, marketing is the concept of exchange between a seller and a buyer is central to the market and is the core idea behind marketing. Marketing involves all aspects of creating a product or service and bringing to the market where an exchange takes place, which is for example, we can see that how the supplier from the warehouse send the supplier goods to the company, for example like Tesco, Jasco, Jai Grocery and so on. And then the customer will choose the product that they want and then pay for it, which is the exchange between a buyer and a seller happen at that time. Marketing ethics examine the responsibilities associated with bringing a product to the market, promoting it to an exchanging with buyer, which mean when the exchanging goods or product happen with between a seller and a buyer, the seller and a buyer needs to deal with moral standard and extend beyond limit. For example, the picture or the tagline that they use is suitable to promote publicly. For example, that we can see how the Maggi cukup rasa seasoning promote on the TV, which is they use the tagline hebat-hebat rasa secukup rasa, which mean when they use the seasoning the meals that they cook will become good. So that's one of the example that the tagline that suitable to use it publicly. And also the other issue is the company need to consider is the other example of unethical marketing is when the company did not register with SSM or there's no JAKIM certificate and so on. So that's we can see the difference between ethical and unethical marketing that we can see at Malaysia. Why we need ethics in marketing? Why ethics is so important? Because when the company use the right ethical, it can the customer develop more positive attitude about the firms, its product, and its service. To create value or trust with the key stakeholder, and to build good image about the organization in the minds of customer, employee, shareholders, and the society. um, uh, the ethics is so important because when we show the positive thing, positive value to the people, it can give a good reaction. The company can receive the good reaction from the customer, and from that way it can help the company gain the customer more in the future. So that's all for me. Now I pass to the next presenter.
Product liability ni merangkumi beberapa undang-undang yang akan dipakai pada bisnes yang membuat atau menjual produk. Business that make or sell product must be responsible in ensuring that their product are safe and does not give any harm to the public or to the consumer. Perniagaan sedemikian boleh dipertanggungjawab atas sebarang kerosakan produk mereka. For small business owner, they must be more aware of their product because of their limited resources. Small business are also encouraged to purchase product liability insurance. Untuk pastikan produk itu selamat, kita kena letak warning on the product and the packaging. There are few examples of people getting injured, for example at the construction site. Maybe because of the crane, the industrial machine, or any electrical issue. Strict product liability. Strict liability hanya memerlukan plaintiff untuk menunjukkan bahawa produk itu yang menyebabkan kecederaan kerana rosak. Pengeluar bertanggungjawab kerana membenarkan produknya rosak memasuki pasaran. There are three theory of strict liability holds that manufacturers have the greatest control over the quality of their product, can distribute their cost by raising prices, and have special responsibilities in their role as seller. Jika seseorang itu menjual sebarang produk dalam keadaan produk itu cacat dan membahayakan kepada pengguna, mereka akan dikenakan tanggungjawab untuk kerosakan fizikal yang disebabkan oleh pengguna.
Hi, my name is Novatem Tazizi. My match number I19103651. Okay, my topic about ethic and pricing. Okay, first we look ethic of pricing. Okay, economics define price as an exchange value of a product or service, always express its money, the amount of customer pay of the product. Okay, maksudnya ekonomi mendefinisikan harga sebagai nilai pertukaran produk atau perkhidmatan yang selalu dinyatakan dalam bentuk wang, jumlah yang dibayar oleh pelanggan untuk produk tersebut. Okey, harga sangat penting kerana ia menentukan keuntungan syarikat dan kelangsungan hidup. Okey, menyuaikan harga yang mempunyai kesan yang sangat mendalam terhadap strategi pemasaran dan bergantung pada keanjalan harga produk. Selalunya ia akan mempengaruhi permintaan dan penjualan juga. Okay, next, three issue of the pricing. First, customer knowledge of the price. Okay, most of ethical issue regarding what customer need to know about product have to do with deceptive practice companies are involved in. Okay, however, some ethical issue concerning the customer knowledge of the price of products. Okey, sebagai contoh bagaimana Apple sampai pada harga iPad terbarunya dan bagaimana Proton sampai pada harga keretanya yang biasa tidak didegah kepada pengguna. Okey, penentuan ini mungkin melibatkan proses sulit bagi perniagaan yang di mana pelanggan tidak dapat menuntut hak aset. Sebaliknya, pelanggan mempunyai hak untuk mengetahui jumlah dan keseluruhan kos kewangan bagi prospek pembelian. Okey, mereka berhak untuk mengetahui sama ada dikenakan bayaran atau cas tambahan untuk pembelian mereka. Contohnya macam membeli kereta, dia harus mengetahui pelbagai cas penyediaan, berapa faedah dan bayaran lain. Okey, ini adalah ciri-ciri dari jumlah harga yang harus dinyatakan oleh syarikat tu sendiri kepada pelanggan. Oleh itu, syarikat harus mendedahkan jumlah mengikut kehendak pelanggan. Okay, nombor 2 is deception. Okay, customer are deceived regarding the price of the product. Okay, the effort companies make to hide the true price to the customer of a particular products are unethical. Okay, sebagai contoh, hotel mungkin menawarkan bilik untuk harga yang sangat berpatutan tetapi kemudian mengecas kos tambahan kepada pelanggan seperti resort, cas komunikasi dan lain-lain. Okey, mereka yang membayar dengan menggunakan kad kredit mungkin ditawarkan berpatutan dari segi kadar faedahnya. Tetapi pengecas sembunyi atau syarat khas menambahnya akan meningkatkan kos penggunaannya. Okey, apabila syarikat menyembunyikan maklumat tersebut, maka pelanggan tidak akan mengetahui jumlah bayaran yang perlu dikenakan dan kadang-kadang syarikat hanya tidak memberi tahu harga penuh kepada pelanggan dan menyatakan cara yang sangat sukar untuk difahami oleh pelanggan. Ini mungkin satu bentuk penipuan lembut tapi hasilnya sama. Okey, hasilnya adalah pelanggan tidak mempunyai maklumat lengkap dan tidak tahu berapa banyak komitmen mereka untuk berbelanja ketika mereka membeli produk tersebut. Harga suatu produk mungkin diubah dalam sebilangan penekanan khas, misalnya semasa bencana alam. Jika banjir baru melanda wilayah, mangsa mungkin bersedia membayar harga yang banyak untuk penjana elektrik, bahan binaan dan air. Okey, etika di sini adalah sah atau sah moral bagi perniagaan yang mengenakan harga yang tinggi dalam keadaan seperti ini. Okey, ada orang yang mungkin terdesak untuk produk tertentu kerana keselamatan dan kesihatan mereka berisiko. Sekiranya syarikat mengenakan jumlah tertinggi yang sanggup dibayar oleh pelanggan, syarikat akan mengambil keuntungan dari keadaan putus asa dan kelemahan pembeli itu sendiri. Okay, that's all for me.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Nur Izzati Ainam Zulkifli. Okay, my topic is about supply chain and responsibilities. What is supply chain? Okay, supply chain is the entire process of making and selling commercial goods, including every stage from the supply of materials and the manufacture of the goods through their distribution and sale. Okay, in the case of a smartphone, the supply chain can be complex as the phone contains components. Okay, each component itself has been manufactured through a series of steps, starting with the raw materials like mineral, chemicals, or natural products, and proceeding through processing, refinement, and assembly to the finished component. This change involves multiple companies and stages, and more often than not, these companies are unaware of what each other does, other than providing their link in the change. Okay, next is sourcing. What is sourcing? Sourcing is the act of obtaining goods or components from a specific source. This definition appears obvious, however, in the case of fungible goods, where one unit of the item is identical to any other unit of the item, like gold or grain or goose feathers. Sourcing can become hidden. A single bar of smelt gold can contain gold that originate from ore from multiple countries, from multiple mines, and under multiple mine conditions. How does one distinguish among source for a fungible? This is one of the challenges that can be solved using blockchain of a technology. There are 5 in responsible sourcing. First in the past, second in the present, 3 in implementation, 4 for business, and 5 for the consumer. Okay, responsible sources in the past. Okay. In 1984, the Chemical Industry Association of Canada initiated a program of ethics and sustainability in the chemical industry. Responsible care is now implemented in 67 countries and guides member companies to do the right thing and be seen to do the right thing, with respect to ongoing improvement in health, safety, and environmental operational performance. Responsible care supported the World Summit on Sustainable Development Vision 2002 that by the year 2020, chemicals will be produced and used in ways that minimize significant adverse impacts on the environment and human health. 30 years on, responsible care has yielded significant process results. However, responsible care is a technical program involved principally in the improvement of manufacturing process. Number 2. Responsible sourcing in the present. The definition from the International Chamber of Commerce. The responsible sourcing, also referred to as a supply chain responsibility, is a voluntary commitment by companies to take into account social and environmental considerations when managing their relationships with the suppliers. Number 3. Responsible sourcing in implementation. They given that implementing responsible sourcing is a voluntary process. It can take many forms such as certification, international obligation, customer-specific obligation, requests, and guidelines. Okay. In certification, the companies only purchase products that have obtained third-party approval for use based on selected responsibility criteria. This is the case for some natural products, such as coffees, bananas, or cotton. Growers and suppliers are audited to show that they are successfully performing predefined process. In international obligation, the companies are expected to respect certain international regulation. Okay. Next, customer-specific obligation. One large multinational food company, such as Nestle, it has implemented their own Nestle Responsible Sourcing Standard in July 2018. The standard defines expected duties, practice, and reporting by the third party suppliers and establish milestones for improvement. Such standards also appear in the form of corporate social responsibility policy. Then requests. Request means that the companies request the suppliers to limit the negative effect of their activities or to respect regulation. Lastly, guideline. Some companies draft a responsible sourcing policy as a matter of business principle, trusting or that suppliers will act. However, if the policy lacks consequence, it may well be inadequate. Number 4. Responsible sourcing for a business. A responsible sourcing is understanding and acting upon the ethics, human rights, social conditions, human health, and environmental impact of all the activities along the supply chain for a finished product. This process is voluntary and is often promoted by consumers and NGOs, encouraged by shareholders and leading edge management, underpinned by corporate values, and implemented to help assure business sustainability. Number 5. Responsible sourcing for the consumer. Okay, responsible sourcing is looking at what we purchase beyond the more traditional aspects Of course, quality and delivery time. It also involves 3 steps in it. Asking the question, under what condition were this product produced? Checking the answer by checking the available information, and then implementing a choice based on a personal responsibility. And that's all for me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nodayana Yunus Azizi. My metric number is I1910362C. Okay, so today I would like to conclude about our topic, which is, as a conclusion, what we can explore in this chapter is about a product safety, pricing, and suppliers. We can also know what is marketing and ethics in business world and why we need an ethic in marketing. This chapter also reveals about how economists can make and exchange services in marketing. And lastly, about supply chain responsibilities in business ethics. We also learn about information of the entire processes of making and selling a commercial goods, and we learn that supply chain can be the most complex component in marketing ethics. So as a conclusion, marketing ethics is one of the most important part in business ethics. Thank you.
So yeah, hi, my name is Nur Fasha Atika Binti Asri. My metric ID is I191036613. So this is our reference. We do refer through these books and these 3 links. So yeah, that's all from us. Thank you. And I would like to take part for Q&A session.